You felt it the first time, that quiet discomfort you couldn't explain, and deep down, you already knew something about them wasn't right. But you ignored it. You told yourself you were overthinking. You gave them the benefit of the doubt. You smiled when something felt off. You stayed when something inside you whispered, "This isn't safe." Because sometimes, the most dangerous people in our lives don't come with obvious red flags. They come with charm, with familiarity, with just enough warmth to make you question your own instincts. And that's where the real danger begins. Your intuition doesn't shout, it doesn't beg, it doesn't force you, it simply knows, quietly, consistently, patiently waiting for you to listen. As Carl Jung once said, the intuitive mind is a sacred gift, and the rational mind is a faithful servant. We have created a society that honors the servant and has forgotten the gift. This video is not about paranoia, it's about awareness, because there is a specific kind of person who will make you doubt your own feelings, who will blur your clarity, who will slowly disconnect you from yourself, and your intuition has already recognized them. The question is, will you finally listen this time? Part 1. The feeling you can't explain. Before logic, before evidence, before words, there is a feeling, a subtle tension in your chest, a pause in your excitement, a strange heaviness after interacting with them. Nothing obvious happens, no clear mistake, no visible betrayal, and yet something inside you withdraws. This is where most people make their biggest mistake. They dismiss it, because we've been trained to trust what we can see, not what we can feel. But your intuition doesn't operate on surface-level information. It reads patterns, energy, micro-behaviors, inconsistencies too small for your conscious mind to process, but too real for your subconscious to ignore. Think about the last time you met someone genuine. You felt calm, open, at ease. Now think about this person. Why do you feel slightly guarded around them? Even when they're being nice, that contrast is not accidental. Friedrich Nietzsche once said, "I'm not upset that you lied to me. I'm upset that from now on I can't believe you." Your intuition senses misalignment before your mind understands it. Maybe their words don't match their actions. Maybe their kindness feels rehearsed. Maybe their presence drains you, even when nothing is wrong. That unexplained discomfort, it's not anxiety, it's awareness. And the more you ignore it, the louder it will become, until it's no longer a whisper, but a consequence. Part 2. They make you question yourself. At first, it's subtle, a small comment that doesn't sit right, a joke that feels slightly personal, a moment where you felt hurt, but somehow ended up apologizing instead, and you brush it off, because they didn't mean it like that, right? But over time, something begins to shift inside you. You start second-guessing your reactions. You hesitate before expressing your feelings. You replay conversations in your head, wondering, was I too sensitive? This is not growth. This is disconnection. A person who is right for you brings clarity, but this kind of person brings confusion. They twist situations just enough to make you question your own memory. They invalidate your emotions in ways that sound logical. They make you feel like you're the problem without ever directly saying it. This is what psychologists often refer to as gaslighting, a slow erosion of your trust in yourself. And here's the truth most people don't realize. You don't lose yourself all at once. You lose yourself in moments. Moments where you stay silent instead of speaking up. Moments where you ignore your feelings to keep the peace. Moments where you choose their version of reality over your own. Carl Jung believed that the privilege of a lifetime is to become who you truly are. But this kind of person, they slowly pull you away from that truth, until one day you wake up and you don't even recognize the version of yourself you've become around them. And the scariest part, it didn't happen overnight. It happened because you stopped trusting the one voice that was trying to protect you, your intuition. Part 3. Your energy feels drained around them. Pay attention to how you feel after you spend time with them, not during the laughter, not in the moment when everything seems fine, but after, when you're alone again, when the noise fades, when it's just you and your thoughts. Do you feel lighter, or do you feel exhausted? Because your body keeps a record your mind tries to edit. There are people whose presence feels like sunlight. You leave them feeling expanded, seen, alive. And then there are people who feel like a slow leak. You don't notice it immediately, but over time, you're left empty. This kind of person doesn't always hurt you directly. Sometimes they just take and take and take your attention, your emotional energy, your patience, your peace. And the strangest part, you often feel responsible for their emotions. You find yourself over-explaining, over-giving, overcompensating, trying to fix a tension you didn't create. That's not connection, that's quiet exhaustion. As the philosopher Lao Tzu once said, when you are content to be simply yourself and don't compare or compete, everyone will respect you. But around this person, you don't feel like yourself. You feel like you have to manage yourself, manage your words, manage your tone, manage your reactions. And that constant self-monitoring, it drains you. Because deep down, your intuition recognizes something your heart doesn't want to accept. You are not safe to be fully yourself around them. And any place where you cannot be yourself will slowly become a place where you lose yourself. Part 4. You keep justifying what you feel. Here's the moment most people don't want to face, not when the red flags appear, not when the discomfort begins, but when you start explaining it all away. You say they've just been through a lot. You tell yourself, nobody's perfect. You whisper, maybe I'm expecting too much. And just like that, your intuition gets overruled by your excuses. This is how we betray ourselves without realizing it. Because the truth is rarely hidden. It's just uncomfortable. So instead of accepting what you feel, you build a story that makes staying easier than leaving. Albert Camus once wrote, "In the depth of winter, I finally learned that within me there lay an invincible summer. That summer is your intuition. It is your inner clarity, your quiet truth. But every time you ignore it, you drift further away from that inner strength. You begin to tolerate things you once knew were wrong. You shrink your boundaries to keep someone who was never meant to stay. And the most painful realization, it's not that you didn't see the signs, it's that you saw them and chose not to trust yourself. But here's the part no one tells you. You can return to yourself at any moment, right now, by simply being honest about what you feel, not what you hope, not what you wish, not what you're afraid to lose, just what you know. Because your intuition doesn't need proof, it needs permission. Permission to be heard, permission to be trusted, permission to guide you away from what silently harms you. So ask yourself honestly, how many times has your intuition been right about someone you wanted to be wrong about? And this time, will you finally listen? There are people who enter your life to teach you love, and there are people who enter your life to teach you self-respect. The difference? Your intuition always knows, so don't silence it. Don't question it into oblivion. Don't trade it for temporary comfort. Because the cost of ignoring your intuition is losing yourself, and nothing in this world is worth that. If this message resonated with you, then maybe it's not just a video. Maybe it's confirmation. Maybe it's the clarity you've been avoiding. And maybe it's time to choose yourself.